Okay, this is a product demo. This is branded as K&N, but it's actually made by Pure Power. This is a billet aluminum housing. It houses a stainless steel reusable oil filter. Let me pull it apart. Talk about the different parts here. Okay, so again, billet aluminum housing. Then you have the element here. And there's a couple magnets on it to pick up any ferrous material running through it. This is the bypass valve. Let's see, it's really good quality. And it's a beautiful filter to look at. It's really nice. And then this is the screw-on part. These O-rings are reusable. They're not single use. Okay, let me put this together. Okay, so this one again, it's Pure Power. We had a meeting with a fleet group, and in it we had a San Luis Obispo County brought the manufacturers of Pure Power down. We met them, looked at their product, listened to what they had to say. And it's a pretty cool product. The only problem that I see with it is, they're fairly expensive. This particular filter is about $260 shipped to us. There's another manufacturer. Well, there's plenty of other manufacturers, but there's another big manufacturer called Hub, and I have one of those on order, and we'll also be doing an evaluation on that. This particular filter is for a Prius. Our Priuses that we have, they rack up the most amount of miles. So what we're going to do is place one of these and one of the Hub filters on two cars, and we're going to do an evaluation on them. Just for full disclosure, the Hub is about $98. I think it's $109 coming to us shipped. So it's dramatically less, and less isn't always better. So we're gonna take a look at the quality, and I'll make another video on that. So anyway, as I said, this is about $260, and so how does that make sense? Because here's our evaluation. On a Prius we get about 10,000 miles per oil change with the oil that we use, and a filters in bulk we get them for about $4 a pop. So if you're looking at 10 oil changes and 100,000 miles and 10 to 12 year time frame, that's like $40, call it $50 with some inflation in there, and that's just that doesn't make sense economically. So why would we consider this? Well, it's not really a matter of the better filtration, because we're not losing engines. If we were losing engines, having valve train issues due to poor lubrication or something like that, maybe this filter would make sense for that purpose. The reason we're doing it is because here in California, especially Southern California, we're really big on being as green as we can, protecting the environment, and in this case we can reduce the waste of our oil filters. Now, our oil filters are picked up and recycled, but how much of that is actually recycled? And that's kind of our question. We don't have a lot of knowledge on that. We're just trying to leave the place better than we found it. So that's why we're looking at this. We would never do the entire fleet just because of the sheer cost. It doesn't make sense. But what we're looking at is the vehicles like the police vehicles that spend a tremendous amount of time idling, or the really high mileage vehicles, where it just makes sense to make sure that we have good, clean lubrication, and again, driven by hours of idling and miles. They get the most frequent oil changes. We can get a little return on investment, especially with the Hub. The Hub being only $100, we'll actually see some savings within a single life cycle of a vehicle. Whereas with this one, it'll probably be several vehicles. But that's important to know. This has a lifetime warranty, so it can actually be passed on from vehicle to vehicle. Of course, you'd have to change out the adapter that allows it to thread onto the engine itself, but that's a minor cost. So anyway, here is the Pure Power filter. Again, billet with a stainless steel filter, and it also has magnets, and then I'll show you the Hub when we get back.